Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be doing my makeup. First of all, I'll be using the eye cream. It is the Lancome Absolute Eye Cream, and then I'll be using the Lancome Face Moisturizer with SPF 15, and just using my fingers to apply it properly on my face. Then I would be going into my brows using the NYX brow glue and just brush my brows in the direction that I want. Then just to lay the brows properly, the hair properly, I use my fingers to lay it properly, lay it flat. Can you see how flat that is? Like it becomes really flat. I know I'm always dancing. And to outline the bottom of my brows, I'll be using the same NYX brow pencil, the micro brow pencil. Then we'll be going in with the new brow pen, like the brow liner in brown, and just draw upward strokes and fill my brows in properly, and use a brush to brush it. I know you're not meant to brush it, but I just didn't want to give it like lines, and just do that to my satisfaction. Then after that, I'll be using my Morphe 224 brush and a concealer to clean the bottom of my brows, and just to just to outline my brows. Let me say, just to outline my brows. I'm just taking my time really well and to try to do it. Then I'm going to be using a brush to blend it out. I want this tutorial to be as detailed as possible without having to stay too long on it. Then I'm using a foundation, not a concealer. I'm not using a concealer. I'm using a foundation that is my color to outline the top of my brows. Then using the Kaya brow gel in the blonde color to brush my brows. Then for my eyes, now we're getting into the eyes. I'm using the P. Louise Rumor Base in 1 to prime my eyelid. Then I'm using a brush. I am yet to find a brush that actually blend my P. Louise base properly, like the way you see it. So I have to actually work just to blend it properly, so as it's not patchy or the brush is not taking off all the product. And just to blend, this is just blending work. Then once you're blending, we've blended it properly into the desired place, we're going to put the eyeshadow. I am using another brush just to lay it, and just to lay it. Then I'll be using my eyeshadow palette. Is yet to come out, I'm still working on it. Then I'll be using the brown shade in the eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to be using a small brush to brush it in properly, to pack the color and blend and work it into my eyelid. I'm using a really small blending brush. I don't know if I should call it a smudge brush, but yes, a small blending brush. I got it from Morphe, their set of brushes that has 8 or 10 in the brush set, and I'm just using that to pack on the brush properly, and going back in to blend out the edges later on. Then to blend out the edges, because I want to go for a very, very neutral color, something that is not too loud, I took another light brown, very, very light brown, is not showing. This could count as a powder, just to blend out the edges around my brows, so that there's no harsh line between my brows. Can you see how blended it is? Really, really, really blended. Then I'm just going back and forth to blend it. Then I'm using, because I'm not cutting my crease, but I just want the eyeshadow that I place to be very defined, I am using the remaining P. Louise base that I have at the back of my hand, and the same brush, just to apply to where I'm going to apply the inner corner, and packing a very nude, it's called, I don't know what it's called yet, but it is a white nude eyeshadow, and I'm just packing it on it to lay it properly. But I lost some footage, so after blending it properly, I'm packing it well, I use a burnt brown, orange brown, to blend out the edges, so it's not looking. So this is what I did. I use a burnt orange brown to blend out the edges, and go back in with the brown color to blend the eyeshadow in properly. So because I want to do my eyeliner, and I've been having issues with my hand, especially my right hand, when I had to use this eye tape from Elf with the Ingloss liner liner gel in 77. The reason why I'm using the Duraline is because to make the gel very creamy and to glide on properly, I put few drops into my gel, then I mix it together, then I use my brush to apply my eyeliner. And I noticed that applying my eyeliner with a bigger mirror makes it really difficult. So I just took a powder brush. I think I've learned that over time that using a bigger mirror is just not what it's. Give like a small mirror that is gonna make you see everything properly to do that. So now I'm just going in to work my way into my eyeliner. Can you see? I'm really loving this eyeshadow. I'm sorry that I misplaced the footage. I'll try to do something else similar to this, but yes, I am really loving the eyeshadow look. It is not too loud. It is nice. Then for my liner, the white liner, I'm gonna be using my palette. It is the Atarodo. The logo is called Atarodo, meaning spice up your look. That is what I go for. Atarodo, spice up your look. And I'm just using a paint brush that I got from Amazon to apply it properly. So how I'm applying this is I did not put water directly into the liquid line, into the graphic liner. I have like a little cup that has water in it. Then I dip the brush in. While it's still wet, I put it and I swipe it onto my palette, the graphic liner palette, and I use it to apply my liner. You can see I'm like really struggling with my hand. Like I don't know what has been happening, but I've been like having issues using my right hand. Like it's been hurting me, and I have a cyst going on my wrist. So yeah. I am always dancing. I don't know why, but I am always dancing. It's good to be happy. Then for my lashes, yes, this is like a tip that I wanted to share with everybody. For my lashes, I'm using the telescope just to spread out my lashes. Then because I'm about to apply my eyelashes, I used the mascara, then applied the lash glue directly to my eyelashes, to my lash line. Then go back in with the mascara, while letting the lash glue that I applied to my eyelashes dry, not the artificial lashes dry itself. Like this is like very very easy. See how easy it is to put it on. Once you do that, it's like easy breezy lemon squeezy. If you want me to do a very very detailed tutorial as to how I apply my lashes, especially without eyeshadow or liner, I would do it for you. Now we're getting into the face. To start with the face, I will be using my Milk Hydro Grip primer to prime my face. Then I'm using my hand. I put on for my brush because I usually like to use a brush. I use the Milk Hydro Grip primer to prime my face. Then I've discovered that the Born This Way concealer in chestnut works better than any other foundation that I have. So I'm using this Born This Way in chestnut as my foundation, and I am just going to use my brush. I prefer to use brush. Nobody can tell me anything about beauty blender. I have a lot of beauty blender, but I hate using them to apply my foundation on my face. I just use it for like final touches, and I'm just using my brush to blend out the brush properly. I'm using the Insta Chick Pop from the Real Technique brush line. I will try to find a link and put it in the description below. Then for my to highlight my face, I use the Pretty Vulgar that I got from BoxyCharm to highlight my face with a little bit of Color Pop on top of it, just because the Color Pop is a little bit brighter, and just to highlight my face. Then I would be going in with a brush to blend it properly. I use brushes. Nobody's gonna tell me anything. I use brushes to blend my concealer. And to contour, I'll be using the She Glam, that is from the Shein makeup line collection, to contour my face. It's not too dark because I wasn't going for a dark contour. It's like somewhat almost my color, in fact, but I like it really like it because I don't want it to be too loud. I've noticed loud makeup doesn't work for me. It makes me look weird. It makes me look awkward. I should try to do more colorful makeup, but it does not make me look nice. So what I'm doing is to blend, before I start to blend out my concealer, because I waited for it to dry a little bit, I use my Morphe setting spray, continuous mist setting spray on my brush. I sprayed it on my brush and use my eyeshadow and use a brush to blend it out properly. Like, you know, can you see how like it is gliding out smoothly? Blend it in with the brush. The other brush that is not the real technique, I got it from AliExpress. If I find the link, I will try to link the brush set on here too. And then I'm going to blend my contour. Like, you know, this is a repetition of process. You must have been seeing me doing this a lot. I know everything looks kind of, but it's not too ashy, it's not too loud. Like, it has a cool tone to it. The brush I'm using to brush my nose contour too is from AliExpress. See that nose? Yes, I just going to blend my nose properly with really light stroke. Then going to blend the edges, the corner, so that there's no ash line between my contour on my nose and the contour on my brows. And what I'm doing is I'm not applying anything at the bottom of my to define my contour. I'm just using the same brush that I used to blend my eyeliner to use the concealer on it. Then I go with my brush, my foundation brush, just to blend everything in properly. Then now I'm about to set, but one thing I have learned is before I set, I like to go in with my brush and a beauty blender just to blend it properly. I do not bake, so everything has to stay properly. So what I did was I brushed it, I used my brush to blend it properly, use a wet beauty blender to set it properly, then use my powder. I use this sharp Buttercup powder to set my under eye and set all the places that I highlighted. I don't like to use setting powder to set my face. So for my contour, this is my OG contour palette. I use the True Radiance powder contour in medium to dark. But what I do is I usually go at the back towards my ear with a darker contour palette. Then I use the sculpts towards the front and at the top, like just to blend it up properly and all around my face. Then my nose area, I use the sculpt in the True Radiance is it True Radiance Black Radiance contour palette. That's what I use to blend. So to blend out my the under eye, I use the same brush that I use to apply my P. Louise base and just use a little primer there just to blend to set the eyes, and use the same brush without applying too much product under my eyes and just to blend it out properly. I tear a lot, so this is where my makeup started to fall apart. I tear a lot. So to set my all over face, I use the Too Faced powder to brush all over my face, then go back in to use my Inglot liner to line my eyes, because I know that if I use eye pencil I am going to tear. Like, I am always tearing. I'm allergic to something in makeup, so I'm always tearing. My nose is always dripping. For my mascara, just to give my mascara a room, I use the Milk mascara, and to highlight my face I use the Juvia's Place highlighter to highlight my face. Also, I will try to link the products that I use in the description below. Yes, I'm just going to brush my eyeliner out properly and use my blush to blush my face properly. I use a brush that I have from Nigeria. It's from Tara Cosmetics. Tara. Then also use like a small tiny blending brush that I use to place the eyeshadow to blend, like to place the eyeliner. I like to put eyeliner on my nose. Then my brow bone, I usually forget that sometimes, but I do that also. Then to line my lips, I'll be using my OG pencil. It is the Colourpop pencil in BFF3 because it's dark enough for me without me making it too dark or too light for my lips. Then I'm just going into outline my lips and using the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip whip. I'll try to put in the name of the color. Then instead of using a brush, what I use is I use the same pencil just to blend out my lip, just to blend it out properly without having to use a brush or use my hand. Then, you know, leaving your hand very neat and also. So yes, I am gonna go wear my clothes and use the Morphe setting spray, and I'll be back. And yes, this is the final look, and this is it. I achieved it using products from my palette. The eyeshadow is from my collection. I'm gonna be dropping it sometimes this year, later this year, but yes, I used my eyeshadow palette. If you want my lashes and you want my lashes to be in the collection, you can leave a comment below and I will add the lashes to my collection. But yes, and also this is the graphic liner that I use. It is from my collection also, and it is the pastel color. This is what it looks like. I have the pastel colors and I have the neon colors also, and this is pretty good. It doesn't crack. You can see it does not crack. It stays on really well. It glides on properly. This is, and also I'll be applying some lip gloss later on, and it's for my collection. It is the Atarudo Don't Dull lip gloss. This is it. Yes, and thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and thank you very much, guys. Bye bye.